guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, another hands-on video because I got actually got more, but I'm going to showcase three of the coolest watches I've ever seen in my life. Now, they're not going to be for everybody, but from a materials and a mechanical standpoint, these are absolutely killer pieces, and I wanted to showcase them. The first one is this guy. This is a Rebellion Weap One biaxial tourbillon. As you can see, it is a biaxial flying tourbillon. So flying tourbillon means it's not anchored to the case, and biaxial because it rotates on two axes, as you can see. A very cool cylindrical shaped watch made in titanium. One super shocking thing about this is I actually found out it is 100 meters water resistant, which for a watch of this configuration is almost never done. So you've got the tourbillon in the middle, sapphire case, titanium case flanks, and you tell the time on the sides here. Now this crown here is purely for winding. This crown here, if you pop it out, it's to change the time, as you can see. Very, very cool. Rebellion is a brand that unfortunately went out of business, but was competing with Richard Mille, making some of the coolest things in the late, I want to say 20 teens. And you know what? None of this is off-the-shelf components. This is some real top-of-the-line watchmaking. As you can see here, very, very cool looking watch. I love watching that tourbillon spin in multiple axes. Now, these are also a killer deal. These are all brand new box and papers. This had a retail price of over $275,000, and we currently have it box papers brand new for $60,000. Absolutely killer. Now we have one that's also equally as strange, I want to say, and this is the Rebellion T1000. Titanium watch with digital timekeeping and a 2-week power reserve driven by a chain mechanism. So the crown here, to set the time, you don't pull out, you actually push in and then you set the time. It's very hard to do with gloves, but you push and twist, as you can see. And that helps with the water resistance. Now, to wind the watch, because it's a manual wind, the bezel comes up, comes over, and you just crank it. And you can hear it winding. In fact, you can see the chain moving on the down crank. Very, very cool. 2-week of power reserve, as I said. Very, very interesting. Titanium case, fully in-house movement. Rebellion T1000, brand new. Now this guy is a little bit of a big boy, has a deployant clasp. It does wear on the large side, but very, very cool. And this had a retail price of $188,000. And we have it brand new, box and papers for $50,000. Fully in-house, 3-dimensional movement. You don't see things like this that much anymore. This type of innovation was really happening in the early 2010s. And especially at this price, I mean, $50,000 is, I mean, it's the price of a Rolex President. You're not getting an MB&F, let alone a Richard Mille, for 50 grand brand new with this level of complexity. And now here we have another Rebellion. This is a piece unique. Now all of these watches were made in very small batches, but this is a piece unique, meaning they only made one. And this has a fully sapphire case, an 8-piece sapphire case with a skeletonized movement. Now this one functions a little bit more normally through the crown, both for setting the time and winding. Deploying clasp, still has the stickers. There you go. As you can see, unique piece right there at the bottom. Unique piece. So 1 of 1, made entirely of sapphire. And this had a price of just over $100,000. And we have this 1 of 1 timepiece for $25,000. Absolutely stunning. This also wears, it has one of those quick adjustable clasps, which is very, very cool. It wears very hard with gloves, I apologize, but it wears quite well, not too large. I'd say the equivalent of a 45 millimeter, but with an entirely sapphire made case. Now I'm gonna take off the glove just so I can take off the watch. There I go. So we've got the Rebellion Revolt piece unique, the Rebellion T1000 with the 2 weeks of power reserve and the chain mechanism, and the Rebellion Weap One biaxial tourbillon. 3 super cool pieces of watchmaking history that is unfortunately long gone at heavy, heavy discounts. Obviously, these are not for everybody, but as I said, no off-the-shelf parts here. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of hours of watchmaking, engineering, R&D, and innovation. Go check them out on our website.